What's up?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. We have a special guest today.
Finally.
We have Marina in the house today.
Coach Marina, that is.
Yes, that's right.
L2 coach. Do people even know that I got my L2? I thought an announcement was going to be made.
Wow.
None was made.
Well, my assumption was everybody thought you were already in L2. You're
right, we'll
so
take
good.
it.
We're glad you're here. And you're here because you somehow got a bar muscle up the other day.
I did.
How was that?
One of the best days of my life. Best moments for sure.
Tell us how it was.
Last Friday, so we had coaches meeting. We were just checking in, talking. It was winding down. 30 minutes before I had to coach. And you were like, do you want to hit your bar muscle up? And it's like, if not today.
No. Can we be honest about how it really went? So we're finishing up coaches meeting. And Marina, I think, it's like the classic thing, like, let me complain about this is what I really want to work on. And I'm like, no, you are working on it. And guess what? You already can do one. And you're like, you went out there, you goofed around on the bar, and you had one.
Okay, so multiple times Anton assisted me. And then he tricked me and was like, just go up there and do it. I'll assist you. And he didn't. And I didn't get it. And then I get off and he goes, how come you didn't get that? And I'm like, cause you didn't help me. Obviously. But then it was a good check-in. He basically said and this would not work for everyone, but it works for me. He was like, just do it. Just do it. Go up to the bar, get above the bar, tell yourself, I'm going to get above the bar no matter what, and just do it. And he kind of does it with this annoying little, he's annoyed, come on, just do it already. And something about that works for me because then I did it. I even said in the video, I was like, okay, I'm going to get above that bar.
Yeah.
And then I did. And it was just glorious. Maddie missed it because Maddie was in the bathroom. But I got up there and it was the best feeling. I was
bet.
Screaming. I was so happy. And then I did multiple bar muscle ups. I mean, and let's be clear, they're not beautiful, but I got up there and it's been a goal of mine for a long time. It was one of my goals for sure for 2025. I sure wish I had it during the open. I know. Okay, but it doesn't matter. I'm so happy.
Well,
so happy.
Let's talk really quickly about why the just get above the bar works for you, Marina. No, because, let me just say why. It works because you have all the prerequisites to get it. You have the strength progression for it. Yep. So I'm not making it up. Yes, it would be really bad as a coach to look at somebody that just started and be like, just get above the bar. That doesn't work for everybody, but it can work for the person that has all the components to do it. And you do.
Yes. You knew it was possible. You knew you could say that to me and it was possible. And for me, always my biggest thing is the mental piece.
Dude, it's so crazy for you. I swear, watching you try it, even when I was spotting you, you could see it maybe I can do this. It's so mental for you.
Majorly.
And then once you got it, you did 5 more.
Yeah. Then I was like, okay, now I know.
Yes.
Now I know. Now I know.
When did you start CrossFit?
March of 2021. I was 10 months postpartum, something like that. 9 months postpartum. I'd only done boot camp before. Not only, boot camp is awesome and so fun, but body weight, kettlebells, dumbbells, and then came to CrossFit because of Roberta Hunt, who told me to come check it out. And so,
Nice.
It's been 4 years, just over 4 years. And it's oh my gosh, wow. So
what has that journey been like for you?
I mean, I remember when I came, sure, I had a good level of fitness under my belt, but I never worked with a barbell. My back squat, we did the CrossFit Total, I feel my first week. And my back squat, it was 120, which is great, but I'd never done that before.
Wow. You remember that 120?
Oh gosh, yeah. My shoulder press was 65.
Oh man.
I hit a 95 today. Not for 5, but
still.
Yeah. And but honestly, what blew my mind the most was the gymnastics piece. like watching other women in the gym doing even kipping pull-ups, I just remember looking at them being like, oh my God, like one day if I can do a kipping pull-up, like I just, that was such a goal to be able to do that. And that even took me a long time because I was doing nothing, you know, targeted to work on push pull. But I will say getting grips did really change the game. I think I waited 3 years to get grips.
Holy moly. So what has your training been like for your first couple years, let's say? What does that look like?
GPP only.
And when you say that,
and like, you know, cherry picking for all conditioning Metcons, doing burpees, box jumps, running, kettlebell swings. Okay. You know, my boot camp moves that were like, that's what I was good at.
That's what you were good at.
And I did really well. I would say even as a postpartum and pregnant athlete on the Metcon conditioning days, they're pretty good.
Nice.
But then like anything heavy barbell or even gymnastic stuff, like, you know, toes to bar.
When you started, first few years when you started, what were you great at? Like what were your strengths and then what were your weaknesses?
Yeah, when I first started, definite weaknesses was barbell strength for sure. Obviously Olympic lifting was totally new to me. But what were my strengths? Burpees, box jumps, kettlebell swings, running, pistol squats. You know, all of that good stuff. Dumbbell snatches, you know, I was good at all that stuff. But I would say, barbell, like heavy weightlifting was a weakness. And then also, push pull, like just pull ups, like I did not have.
How long did it take you to get a pull up?
Well, to be fair, lies. I was able to do pull-ups before, but then then after I got pregnant, had my baby, then it was gone. I could not do any pull-ups. So when I came to the gym postpartum, I had 0 pull-ups.
Okay. And how long did it take you to get a pull-up back?
Honestly, a long time. Because then I had another baby. Let's not play. The postpartum experience, you know, pregnancy and postpartum, this is a number on your body. Yeah. And I remember doing pull-up training with you in August of 2022. I was like 4 months postpartum. And like, I don't know if you remember, but like, I couldn't, it was like I could.
Was tough.
Yeah. Majorly.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did it take about a year?
Yeah. Definitely. Like from August 2022, when I had my second baby and we were getting serious about pull strength, I would say it took about like a year.
Okay. So fast forward to today.
Yeah.
You just got a bar muscle up. So only a couple years from that experience.
Yeah.
What did you do? How did you end up getting a bar muscle up?
Totally.
Because you haven't been doing skills and drills.
Yeah, no, I attempted like getting serious about a bar muscle up in January of 24, was absolutely not ready. I didn't even have a chest to bar. I didn't even have a chest to bar pull up, but I was like, maybe I'll get a bar muscle up. Cause you know, Delulu thinking. So I just like took a year off. I was like, I'm just not strong enough, not ready. But then come October is when we started doing personal programming. And that's when we started doing ring row training, push-ups, starting there and then progressing, elevated ring rows, planche push-ups.
Yep.
Now I'm doing matador dips.
So you started doing what we would coin as gymnastic strength training.
Yes.
So you started working on strict strength progressions.
Yes.
And the progressions are that you're doing right now is actually the pulling one is for a rope climb, believe it or not. Okay. But that's a great progression for CrossFitters. And then obviously the other one is a muscle up. Okay. So those are like kind of what you're working on. Yeah. So you ended up, you're only a few progressions in. It's not like we're like down the road. These gymnastic strength training has like 20, 30 progressions and you're on like number 4.
Yeah. Isn't that, it's so cool.
And you have a muscle up. It just shows you how a
works.
Muscle up is actually not that complex in the gymnastics world.
Yeah, for real. And like, I don't know, I enjoy doing the ring rows and doing like the push-ups and all of that. Like I enjoy it, but there are days where I'm like, oh, you know, again, but like, it is a great reminder of like doing that work, like just being dedicated and diligent about your push-pull gymnastics strength training, like the benefits will come, the results will come. Like it's mind-blowing to me. Like everyone's like, how'd you get it? I'm like, do your ring rows.
Well, the cool thing is, the big takeaway is you got it without really working on it.
Exactly. Yes.
And I think more people, if they just get stronger, will just accidentally get it. And that's a much better way to get it than getting up there and just kipping your life away. I promise you that. Because even if you do end up getting one by some miraculous glide kip, which isn't even legal, you're going to be frustrated that you can't do it again.
Yeah.
So what if you just get strong enough where it feels easy, and then you can refine your technique and become more efficient? I mean, that's really the goal.
And that for sure. I mean, and that's my next goal is like, obviously I want to be able to string them together.
Yeah.
I want to refine my technique. I want them to look better, feel better, be better. But yeah, no doubt, like having the strength physically to just get up there has been a game changer. Yeah.
I mean, literally I was not planning on you getting one but you were just like, I don't know. I'm never. So I'm like, all right, let's just go get this over with. I was kind of saving it for a later
I will say what's been fun in the gymnastics strength training is realizing how much I love push press. I love to press. Pushing.
You're so good at pushing.
I love it. Who knew?
And if you look at your progression side by side, you are probably advancing 30% faster on your pushing than you're pulling.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because Madeline is different.
It's the opposite.
Pulling.
Exactly.
And so you'll notice everybody has kind of their limitations and strengths naturally.
Yeah, yes, definitely. And I think a lot of people, including myself, like learning to actually use your lats is, I mean, it's hard. Yeah. You know, like, you know, even today in the press where you're like, turn on your lats. I'm like, what lats? I have lats, you know? And like, that's why I was like saying to you, like how I had pull-ups before I came to CrossFit. I had bicep pull-ups, like where it's just like all bicep. And I remember the first time we were like, try using your lats. I was like, I couldn't move, which is funny because they're these huge muscles, but like learning to actually use them, I think takes time.
And slowing down, doing strength training is the best way to do that. You're not dying.
Yeah.
So let's
I just
end
slept
here.
my big shoulders.
Yeah. Let's end here. How do you think about training differently now? For a lot of us in the CrossFit space, you know that I'm really passionate about segmenting training as we get better, because we can get faster results if we have priorities instead of having a million priorities.
Yes.
I know that that's hard for folks sometimes when they're used to kind of the really intense grind of a lot of Metcons. How are you as a coach, as an athlete? How are you thinking differently about training?
Good questions, Anton. So, okay, first of all, getting serious about priorities, I think, has been everything. Because, I want to go to all the Metcons. That's what I'm good at. That's what I have a lot of fun doing, which we want to have fun. Having fun in the gym is critical. We want to have a good time. But getting serious about working on my weaknesses, that's been a game changer for training. Like, and then, you know, you start working on your weaknesses, you know, and you're like, oh, I don't want to do this. And then you're like, this is amazing. Like, you can have a real mental shift. Yeah. Now I'm like, I look forward to deadlifting and back squatting, which is, you know, and like, I'm still having fun. And then you start getting these results and then you're like, oh my gosh, absolutely. So working on my weaknesses has been a huge shift. Also, like being strategic about the type of training, the volume of training. Like, I'm only here 4 days a week. Like, I take my rest days. Yep. Love that recovery room. Why not everyone is using it blows my mind. Okay, but that's another story. You know, like I take like Thursdays and Sundays, I am resting my body. Nutrition has been a game changer. You didn't really ask about nutrition, but like
training,
eating. I mean, part of the recovery piece, it's all connected. Like really prioritizing protein. You and I had a long chat and we did a lot of nutrition counseling together, like early on. And like, you know, Brian Loveland's voice is also in my head. You know, I was a cereal girly, like a big bowl of cereal before bed. And Anton's like, you're just eating all this sugar right before bed. Like it's not good for quality sleep, you know? And I'm like, so like just getting way smarter about food choices that I'm making, resting, and then being strategic. It's like, I have 4 days here. What do I want to do in those 4 days? You know, I just do what you tell me to do in personal programming. And it's such a game changer. Like, when I think about when I first came in, my first open was at the foundations level. My second open was at scaled. And then to be able to do these last 2 opens at the RX level, like it's more than I could have ever thought for me. Like honestly, this is what I'm going to say right now. I am only getting fitter as I get older. Like I'm going to be 39 in May. This is my last summer of my 30s. This is the fittest I've ever been in my life. And obviously at some point I'm going to start like plateauing, but I am not there yet.
No, you're not.
Not there yet.
So, okay. I have a question I have to ask from all that. So good. There's so many things in there. But because I think this is important. You said having fun. And I think when you first were coming to the gym, it was a lot about having fun.
Majorly.
And you even said when we started personal programming, you were just a bit nervous about like maybe losing that. But here's the big thing. I just wonder if there's a lot of people out there that struggle with this dynamic is it more fun is it about just having fun, or is it fun when you start to get kind of the results or the goals that you want? What I mean is like, it's not fun to work on a bar muscle up, but now that you got one, is it worth it? I guess is what
it is so worth it, Anton.
Okay.
It is so worth it. Like
That's
actually,
like
having goals, striving for goals, working towards goals, like is there anything better than having goals and meeting your goals?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I mean it's the greatest feeling in the world. And so like for me, it was like, I'm just going to go to all my GPPs. Well, I wasn't really making gains.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to make gains, you know? And like, it is so fun to get better. And honestly, like what I was saying is like the mental shift. Like I was like, it's gonna be no fun at all being in the corner weightlifting, like while everyone's doing these fun GPPs. Like I remember like I was really anxious about that, and I was like, I love the group fitness environment, and I still do, and I always will. But like, let's talk about the confidence that you have when you're like, I came to the gym this morning at 6 a.m. to do this for myself, to get strong in the corner, to be a beast. Like this is like just the confidence gains are tremendous. And you get to walk around all day being like, that's how I started my morning. It's the best. And it's so fun. Like that's so fun to me.
Yeah. And it's fun because, I mean, you had one goal of a bar muscle up this year, already got it. It's not even through the second quarter. And I think...
Maddie helped me get my butterfly pull-ups too.
Let's go, Madeline.
They're not like great, but they're there. Okay, sorry to interrupt.
I guess I'm just really kind of pinpointing that I think there's a lot of joy in when you surpass that thing you couldn't do.
Oh, God.
I know that it's just fun to train, but I think there's even something more special when you surprise yourself.
Oh, majorly.
So you can do it, people.
Well, and
whatever
also,
goals you have.
Yes, to the surprising yourself. And also, like, it won't be a surprise when you can get this shit because you are putting in the work. Fall in love with that, and like that is fun.
Yep. Yeah, we'll end here. The ones who win don't always go the hardest. They just don't miss. Day after day, they show up, even when it's boring. That's the difference.
Rule yourself. Show up and rule yourself. Michael Phelps.
Thanks, y'all.